In a small apartment in the Bronx, a little girl sat on the floor in front of an old television. The room was simple. The furniture was old. Money was always tight. But every time music came from the TV, something inside her came alive. She would jump up and start dancing across the living room. Not perfectly, not professionally, just pure energy and imagination. In her mind, that tiny living room wasn't small anymore. It became a giant stage. Bright lights, loud music, thousands of people watching. But when the music stopped, reality returned. A normal neighborhood, a normal life. And dreams like hers usually stayed just dreams. Her family worked hard. They wanted stability, not impossible fantasies. But she couldn't ignore the feeling inside her. Every day after school, she practiced dancing, hours in front of a mirror, repeating the same moves again and again. Sometimes she got frustrated. Sometimes she felt silly. But quitting never felt like an option. At school, she joined every performance she could. Talent shows, dance groups, small stages with small audiences. Sometimes people clapped loudly. Sometimes barely anyone noticed. But every single time she stepped on stage, one thing became clearer. This wasn't just a hobby. This was her future. As she got older, the dream became stronger. The city around her was full of opportunity, but also full of competition. Thousands of talented people chasing the same spotlight. Thousands of dancers, singers, actors. And she was just one girl from the Bronx. But instead of feeling scared, she felt challenged. So she pushed harder. She trained more. She studied choreography. She watched performances over and over again. And then came the moment that changes every dreamer's life. Her first real audition. She entered a dance studio filled with other performers. Everyone looked confident. Everyone looked prepared. For a moment, she wondered, do I really belong here? But when the music started, everything else disappeared. The nerves, the doubt, the fear. There was only movement. And for the first time, people in the industry noticed her. She got a job as a dancer. It wasn't glamorous. It didn't make her rich. But it was a door opening. And once she stepped through it, she never looked back. Rehearsals became her life. Early mornings, late nights, blisters on her feet, exhaustion in her body. But every performance made her stronger. Slowly, people began recognizing her energy. She wasn't just technically good, she had presence. The kind of presence that makes people look twice. Soon, she started appearing in bigger shows, bigger stages, bigger audiences. But something inside her kept saying, this is only the beginning. Then, an unexpected opportunity appeared. Acting. At first, it felt intimidating. A completely different world. New skills, new pressure. Many people doubted her. Some said she should stay a dancer. Others said the film industry was too difficult. But doubt had never stopped her before. So she trained again. She studied acting, memorized scripts, practiced emotions in front of the mirror. Her first roles were small, but every role taught her something new. And then came the breakthrough. A major role that suddenly put her name on the map. People began talking about her. Directors noticed her. Fans started recognizing her. And just when her acting career was rising, another door opened. Music. The rhythm she loved since childhood was calling again. She entered the recording studio for the first time. Microphone in front of her, headphones on. A moment of silence before the first note. Then she started singing, and the world listened. Her songs began climbing the charts. Radio stations played her music everywhere. Suddenly, she wasn't just a dancer, she wasn't just an actress. She was becoming a global entertainer. Her career exploded. Movies, albums, tours, interviews. Every year, the stages became bigger, every performance more spectacular. The girl who once danced alone in her living room was now performing in front of thousands of fans. Stadiums full of people singing her songs. Lights flashing, crowds screaming, energy everywhere. Her name appeared on magazine covers, red carpets, award ceremonies, world tours. But behind all the fame and success, she was still the same girl who loved music, still the same girl who refused to quit. Because success didn't happen overnight. It came from years of effort, years of rejection, years of believing in herself when nobody else did. And eventually, the world recognized that determination. Today, she is not just a performer. She is a global icon. A businesswoman, an actress, a singer, a dancer, one of the most recognizable stars on the planet. But her story started in a very ordinary place. A small apartment, a simple childhood, a dream that refused to disappear. And maybe that's the most powerful part of her story. Because somewhere right now, in another small apartment, another young dreamer is watching a screen, listening to music, and imagining a bigger life. And maybe, just maybe, that dream will become the next superstar story.